Okay, hello guys. So here we are going to start with a review of one of the best competitive games on the finals, the mid-seasonal invitational 2017, SKT versus G2. Okay, and I basically picked this first game because traditionally the first game is the most important one, and in this series it's quite this way. Because you can argue that the series goes 4 games. The last game is almost a non-factor, okay, because SKT is 2-1, and Missy and Sven they pick Kalista and Thresh into losing bot lane because they have Tank Kench available, and they were just like they were trying, but at a high level, everybody knows that that game was almost done. I also don't pick. I could pick the first game or the third game, but I don't know. I choose this first game because it has a lot of interesting stuff going on. And for me, one of the most interesting parts is the synergy between mid laners and junglers here in this first game. And it's I mean, we are going to watch this replay, and you are going to see a lot of mistakes from both teams. But the important part, because this review is going to be quite long, the important part is how you can from a total losing lane in early game, Faker's mid early game. He went like 0-4 with Casio. He can still be a decisive factor on this game in general. I mean, in late game with this Casio, and do much more than Perks with Jace. We are going to see overall. Okay, so let's start with the draft. Okay, I'm going to put it at normal speed. Okay, so here Syndra ban, Lulu ban. Okay, I'm going to talk about the bans. Okay, the 3 bans when they select them, because I don't agree with this kind of bans in red side, and also I'm not happy with SKT Telecom bans. So let's wait, because now there's the last ban. Okay, Kog'Maw, yeah, I remember this one. And finally, I think it's going to be Kennen. I don't know. Yeah, Kennen. Okay, so here let's start from G2 perspective side. If you are having success during the tournament with hypercarry compositions, why you ban two of the best supports with hypercarry? Also, their plan here was to pick Ivern on Trick, so double support, jungler support, and of course utility support Lulu or Karma are amazing with an hypercarry. Here, Sven. They have Caitlyn open. Yes, SKT target them with Cock. Okay, this is quite acceptable. Sven never played Twitch all along the tournament. Maybe Twitch is because Screams, but I don't know. I think Twitch ban is it's not a good ban, because it's a signature of banks, and I mean, I don't agree with this kind of ban. Also, we can notice that okay, they ban Kennen for Huni, But we will see what plan they have with this top lane ban. Yeah, Huni show a good Kennen and along the tournament. Really powerful champion for split push, counters Galio, and counters most of the tanks in the top lane. So I mean, this ban is quite okay for now, but let's see how they use it. And finally, Syndra ban. Okay, here I really think it's just too standard ban. Okay, because yeah, you can go for a Orianna Faker, so you deny Syndra. That is like one of the best matchups to pick into the Orianna. But why do it so early? Anyway, let's see how this go along. So here they have the first pick. This is the one of the most important. Okay, Lee Sin, totally fine with me. Peanut is undefeated on Lee Sin. S tier jungler, fine. Okay. Then, as I told you, we have the Ivern. Okay, we have the Ivern. They could go for double support hyper carry. This is massive. This is what they went in other games. So I really don't agree with these bans, because the important part here, if you don't ban any of these supports, you force them to ban them. You can ban, if they ban Lulu, you can then ban Karma. This is okay, but you don't ban the two of them. No, you wait and see if they are going to ban one of them. Second, here, if they ban Lulu, then you ban Karma. If they ban Karma, then you can ban Lulu. But try to always, if you are going for hyper carry compositions, try to have one of these for sure. And in 7.8, remember we are 7.8. Lulu got nerfed on 7.9, but it was a little nerf, so not doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go to see. Okay, now they have the second pick. Here they could go for Caitlyn to secure it, so they don't ban. I don't remember what they did. Okay, yeah. So perfect, Caitlyn. But again, now they don't have a support to buff Caitlyn in bot lane. They could go for a Janna, but they were talking about going for a Janna, but they didn't. Okay, so answer from SKT. Ashe, okay, S tier AD carry, going for a peak composition. Zyra again. Just to be clear, picks, total pick composition here from the side of SKT, and S tier jungler Zyra, AD carry Ashe, Bang is good with Ashe, Wolf is incredible good with Zyra, it's amazing with that champion, comfort picks for them. And in this side, well, yeah, Caitlyn is a comfort pick. Ivern is quite a comfort pick for Trick. So I guess it's okay. So then they answer to Ashe. They only have this is basically what they have left for defend Caitlyn. But remember, this is not the same as any of these. Okay, Second ban phase, Lucian. A good ban if you're going for Orianna, okay, because you can pick Orianna and then you pick your top laner last. Then it's a good ban. So here we see LeBlanc. I mean, I don't agree with this because they already said they want to go for Orianna. Orianna to shield Caitlyn. Also because you remember Syndra is banned, so Orianna is a good pick here. But okay, yeah, okay. Here, of course, Orianna was the best pick, but they ban her, so they just throw a LeBlanc, because they think Perks is going to pick something really hard to snowball early game, and they are right because he's going to pick Jace. Fifth ban is okay because they have a really strong pick composition, and with fifth is even harder, and they can flex the pick, so it's okay. Okay, finally, Rumble goes blind pick. This is totally fine. I mean, Rumble goes really well into these two. Okay, they don't have dash built into the kits, so really strong champion, and they need magic damage, so perfect. Now they have Jace and Zed open. They even have Talon. They could pick even Talon. And important thing to notice, fifth ban, so Rumble cannot get counter really hard. And also Kenneman. So here SKT goes for kind of a losing lane, not a really hard losing lane, but a losing lane. Okay, and Cassiopeia. Okay, so here losing lane for Rumble is going to win, but they secure a front line is really important. And Galio is S tier champion, maybe one of the maybe not the best top lane, the best tank top laner. So this is quite a good pick. And here they go for Cassiopeia. Okay, why they go for Cassia? This is the question. They want to match late game. Really important, okay? Because they have Caitlyn and Ivern, really strong late game champions. And here we have early. Okay, so basically they want to get some powerful mid laner. It's an S tier champion with good magic damage. So they have a kind of 50-50 composition of in damage, and the Faker is confident that he can hold a Zed with exhaust, Talon with exhaust, and is really good against Talon, and that he can hold a Jace. 3 AD picks that they need to force. And this is the important thing, guys. Why they need to pick an AD mid laner? Because if not, if they pick here AP damage, they only have Caitlyn. Caitlyn without buffs. No. Oh my god, I write terrible. But anyway, no buffs, Caitlyn. If they focus her, if they take her down, all the rest full AP. And the most important thing, guys, if this is AP, magical damage, and magical damage, we have the core 3 champions, jungler, mid laner, and top laner, full magic damage. That means Galio can itemize almost full magic resistance, and they are not going even to touch him. Lee Sin can itemize almost full, off tank magic resist, and there's no problem with that. Okay, and even worse, Cassio can build Abyssal Scepter and Mercurial Boots. So again, a lot of MMR. They can stack. MMR, and they have no answer for this. They pick an AD champion in the mid lane. They were thinking about Victor, because Victor is a good matchup against Cassio, but while they are thinking, they see 4 AP, no. And this is why he goes for Jace. Jace wins lane in early against Cassio. So this is kind of a good pick. The problem with this is now, okay, they pick all summoners, all things, exhaust here, barrier, okay, this is fine. Here now they have siege comp, okay, a brutal siege comp. Almost all the champions offer siege, all. And SKT has pick composition, okay, picks. You can also say that Galio helps these guys, and Orianna is kind of if you have a good vision with ultimate, she can pick, but they also have a strong team fight composition mid lane, okay, a really strong team fight, because they have a amazing front lane, and they don't have front lane, they don't have nothing to match the Galio. Okay, so this is important. Both compositions have zone control, okay. Cassio, Caitlyn with the traps, Rumble with the ult, okay. And both compositions have globals. Global ultimate, okay. And yeah, you can argue that Ashe ult also, but anyway, the important ones are here. Okay, so let's see, let's go a little bit faster already. So quite a decent drafts from both sides. This is what I like. Decent drafts from both sides. There are things I don't agree in this draft, but anyway, we have to also think that I or you guys don't have access to the screams here. So maybe some of these bans are because they have scream against WE. Or against or G2 in the past, or Flash Wolves. So because it's basically the only teams they can scream, this tournament. They don't have scream partners in Brazil almost. So okay, let's slow down here. Still, this is basically, as you can see, they all try to cover entrance. Really standard early game here. This will allow, thanks to this ward, the cover, this will allow Ivern to do a cleanup. So this is quite good for Ivern, because traditionally Lee Sin should invade Ivern. He's stronger, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. At level 6, Ivern gets his power spike. So here, Wolf trying to come up to see what they are doing here, to put in pressure. They want to be first, because now the important part. These two guys win these two guys on early game, okay? Jace wins here. So to keep it simple, see what we have here. I mean, it's almost even. 2 and 2. Bot lane pushes into the other bot lane, so they win. Jace the same against Cassio early game. I mean, there are some people that argue that Cassio, if you played really amazing, can punish Jace. But it's really hard, because Exhaust is a better tool in 1 versus 1 than Shield here, so it's going to be quite difficult. But Jungler, better early pressure, yeah, better ganks in early game, especially press 6, and Rumble pushes the lane into Galio. Okay, so now we know this info. Let's see. Here Huni tries to spot again. Goes a ward on the red buff. This is important. Okay, because this of course that gives info for Lee Sin. He's starting red. I mean, I really don't quite agree with this start, because if Lee Sin is going to invade and you start on red side, you're not going to be able to pick 3 buffs, so you're not going to be able to do a great invade. And this is one of the problems that we are going to see around how they are playing Peanut and Faker on the early game. So here Ivan will be able to just match Lee Sin pathing. And again, this is not good for Lee Sin, because he's a stronger champion on early game. He should get a gold advantage and maybe even an experience advantage. Okay, here Faker starts trading really good with against Jace. He went for Door and Shield for sustain, Corruption Poison, both fine. I mean, I will argue that if they choose to put like they did, because we know they did a lot of pressure into the mid lane, it's better to go Doran Blade. But anyway, because you know that he's getting a lot of help. But anyway, this is quite difficult, because they also don't know if Peanut is going to camp Faker. So here is going really aggressive. See how Iron is already always trying to put pressure here. And again, just to show, as we see, Rumble pressure into Galio, Ashe, Zyra pressure a lot into this bot lane. They are almost on the tower. And really the good thing here press 6 is that bot lane, okay, bot lane can pressure without getting ganked by Ivern, because press 6 he cannot do anything with Tam Kench, Caitlyn, Ivern. They cannot do anything in this to this bot lane. Press 6, okay. Pro level 6, there is no possible way to gank this lane, and they know this. Okay, really important, Infernal coming next. So this is a great pick. I mean, the best Drake for sure for these compositions, because they have a lot of scaling. They have Casio, Ashe, Kaylin, Rumble, Jace. Yeah, almost the same for the two teams. Because Ivern doesn't use Infernal Drake, but Lee Sin does, so almost the same. 3 champions. You can argue that Syra also uses a little bit, so three and a half champions using a lot. This benefit a lot of this Drake. Really good. Here they are poking. Here Wolf does a smart thing at level 4, trying to get rid of this Blast Gun. He does. Not really a must-do thing, because again, as I said, Ivern cannot gank this lane. So here, guys, this is just a logical thing. If Ivern cannot gank this lane, no, cannot. I mean, he could go for a gank into Huni, but difficult, okay, because. Tank. I mean, to be fair, it's almost impossible to kill a Galio pre level 6. Okay, so then where does he go? I mean, he cannot pick Infernal. He cannot pick Infernal. The only thing is Faker. Also, because he will know this lane. Okay, here we see this is the first mistake from Faker. Communication mistake, because we see Lee Sin is near, but not near enough to make a play. See? This is why he flashes towards the Raptors instead of going into safety. He wants the outplayed with Lee Sin, because Casio and Lee Sin stronger than Ivern and Jace. The problem is he doesn't calculate good enough the levels. So here we see he's level 5. Okay, so it's going to be much stronger, of course. One different level difference is a lot into the early game. Okay. You could argue he got a better back with the unlimited mana, but a short is also strong, plus a potion. So anyway, this is kind of hard. But for sure, the Lee Sin is much stronger here with these items than Ivern. Okay, this is important. So failed communication, they try, but Lee Sin is far away. First blood, this is terrible for them. But this death was like, to be fair, was I mean, they were trying to do something that could pay off. Okay, so strategy. They try something. This is first game. I mean, I think this is okay. Lee Sin needs now to get this wave, because the wave is pushing. Anyway, really good start for Jace. Let's see, he's going to buy now. Always forgot the item for mana. We see the review here. They start trading. See, the problem is all these minions. Exhaust is better summoner, so these kind of things you need to adapt on a game. You cannot say, okay, we have Lee Sin, Casio, we are going to 2 versus 2 them because we already practiced them this because we theory craft. But the problem is what happens if they have exhaust, if they have like 6 minions here. I mean, it's almost a full wave, I think, here doing aggro against Faker. This is it's not possible to output the damage of 6 minions all this time, and of course because of the wave, the level of the difference. So anyway, okay, he died here. Let's see. They notice this. But again, this is a smile here because he knows that they were trying to do the right thing. That's just bad execution, just a little cocky execution, and it's okay. I mean, Casio scales a lot late game, so one day. But then the problem comes here. Trick comes again. He knows no summoners, burn of the summoners. You need to play really safe. Again, level 6, one level more. Items. And Trick here comes well. CC's Faker, he's dead. He should play like here. He should play like here. He cannot go near this because Ivern can invade without vision. Okay, really important. And I think yeah, Trick burned his flash, so even he need to play really safe when Lee Sin is not near. Lose farm and just try to hold the lane because now this is a total snowball. So here, okay, I'm watching this like you guys and I'm saying, wow, this game is going bad. This is really going bad because Jace, early mid game champion, but early game really powerful. He can, if he snowballs, he goes into mid game like a beast for Siege. Yeah, here the like I told you the flash. This is why you play here. So bot lane still pressure quite a lot. Not really, they don't win a lot of CS, but it's quite, they are doing their job. Rumble is also doing his job with CS. Here Huni tries to help Faker, but they are not going to get him. At least they relieve the pressure from the lane. Faker still level 5. Okay, here is Daisy. Huni uses the blast cone to get to the lane. Ivern is trying to invade. He managed. He's one. Okay, he's the same level. Ward. Look at the wards here. One control ward and one ward. I mean, everything goes good for G2. The only bad, real bad thing they did is give blue to Missy instead to Perks. I think they did this. SKT also does this, so they have a theory. I mean, I don't know if it's a theory of because in other game SKT with Wolf they also gave him the blue buff. He with Ivern, they had Peanut was with Ivern and they were with Tam Gaines, yes. And I don't know, they gave him the blue. But I think in that game was a mistake because Faker was almost near to pick up the blue, so it was quite absurd. Jace benefits a lot from blue buff early game, so we I don't know. It's true that he doesn't need it because he has the mana item, but anyway. Okay, and Faker dies again. Because, like I told you guys, he's not playing where he needs to play. I mean, he's level now. He's level 6, but he was level 5, so I think a minion died. So here is when I say, oh my god, this game is totally destroyed. It's impossible to come back from this with a 3-kill chase. But we will see how they do it. See, look where he's playing. This is a total mistake. You cannot play aggressive level 5 versus level 7. This is, I mean, this is anything. Because look where he's in. There is no possible way to force anything here. I mean, Jace will 1 versus 1 Faker here. Perks will 1 versus 1. And here there are some mistakes because yes, they get the kill, but Ivern is just focused. He's all the time around mid lane, and this pays off because Faker is doing a mistakes with Peanut. But all the other lanes are free. They don't have any pressure from Trick. And remember, he could gank bot lane with Daisy. But anyway, this was a free kill, so they take it. Yeah, here we see the face disappointment. This is like I want to comment that this can happen to players that have a lot of success, because you have to remember, guys, that Faker had a lot of success with this Casio against the Chinese Xie, against Wii or WE, how you want to call this team, when he was playing I think he was playing against a Jace also, but I don't remember now exactly. But he was like incredible powerful with this Casio, and he thinks he can play the same no matter the team, and of course quite a big mistake. Even that in mechanics he's doing really good. He's trading efficiently with Jace. The problem is Trick does not leave the lane, and the thing I told you guys, he camps really too hard mid lane and loses Drake for that, and get punished by Peanut here. And yeah, he could do a lot more things with this Ivern, but they just tunnel vision for Faker and they forget the other players of the team. So yeah, this is a really important Drake for this team. Again, he's showing up on the mid lane, but because Peanut knows exactly where he's going now. You can even see they are talking. Well, Faker was telling him. And look, it's interesting to look where Peanut is playing. Peanut is always trying to play around bot mid lane, trying to ward this side, controlling the vision here, because he knows, again, Ivern into Rumble. Ivern and Rumble into Jace. It's almost impossible to get a kill here. So it's almost impossible to Yeah, to make something, because he goes for magic resistance, 3 Doran rings, a lot of health, a lot of regen, and pushing lane and wave clear, and you almost cannot do anything against this pick. This is the problem with Ivern also. He lacks in ganking power. He needs to gank assassins or carries, or yeah, Caitlyn or something like this. Because if you gank a tank, it's going to be really difficult with the low damage input that Ivern brings. Also, is worth notice something really quite incredible. Like with 3 death, look, the tower is still half of the life. It's quite healthy tower for having a Jace at minute 12. It's quite good. I think bot tower is almost the same as this one, without getting any ganks, just from Ashe hits and Syra hits. So a lot of pressure on bot lane. They are doing their job really good. Here, good ward. I mean, this ward is smart from Spec, because he needs to worry about Lee Sin. I mean, Peanut was playing more for bot and mid lane, but he could gank really hard this Rumble. Lee Sin and Galio can destroy Rumble if they go together. And also a strange thing of this game, okay, now he takes the blue buff, is apart from Infernal Drake, 0 ganks from a Lee Sin at level 9. And here we have another mistake. Just playing so aggro. The team is not following, communication mistakes. You cannot tank the AC, you need to back up. This was quite terrible. SS and the SS call from Huni. Rumble is coming. Equalizer. I mean, Faker was dead, 100% sure. But at this point, I knew that even with this death, 0-4-0, this game could SKT could win this game. Could actually win the game, because they were doing some. The other lanes were doing good, and Faker was getting so much pressure from Ivern and from that it is almost quite worth. Of course, the better thing will be to get Ivern attention and not die. But anyway. You can see like the warding from SKT is so good around all this area. They control Drake, they control bot lane. They want to pressure this area. I mean, they almost have 0 wards here, because they don't care about Huni. He will TP, he will use ult, he can stay there and wave clear. Okay, I will go fast from this part because this is the same. The only thing is Faker was trying to get Peanut to go into Ivern, but it's really greedy. It's really greedy play. Look what I was telling you. Look the tower's health. This tower has less health than this tower with a 0-4 Cassiopeia. Amazing. And Jace takes a tower really hard, really fast. So here they are going to try first tower to get. They are all Faker is going down. This was a bad move, because either they commit or they don't. But look, Faker passing here. This is also a team mistake, but he go like this. Extremely inefficient passing here. And they forgot they have tank change. They can go and siege this tower. And I think they are going to get the first tower before Bank gets the bot lane tower. This Ashe hour is just desperation. It's absurd. He shouldn't have used the arrow also. And yeah, and they get the better tower. So better early for, because mid tower is more valuable than bot tower. And first tower, so look the gold. Really decent 2k gold at this moment. Oh, and Wolf needs to burn flash here. I mean, Jace is a monster here with Jomus. 2 level more than Faker. But here we have the magic of the Casio pick. Faker is going to start taking jungler camps. His farm plus jungler camps, and he's going to cut the gap from the gold in the mid lane. Power farming. Next Drake is Cloud Drake. It's really not important for these compositions, the Cloud Drake, because they are not going to win through rotations. But still, a nice Drake to go. Okay, here they go. The two. I think no. Yeah. Actually, okay, it's okay. They burn Rumble Flash. Ash Hour was on CD, so it's worth notice. So she couldn't use. I think for that they went too early, because if they will wait 3 maybe 4 more, yeah, 3-4 seconds more, they could grab a kill, I think, with Lee Sin. But okay, yeah, I remember. Now they are going to get the kill with Peanut here. They will push the lane. They commit really hard into this tower. Look, the 3 control wards here. Really hard commitment into this tower. Wolf tanks really nice the aggro from the tower shots, and they are going to trade the towers. Trading towers is a good thing for SKT, because remember, guys, they are down on gold. And the smart thing, and I think this is quite okay for SKT, is they trade Herald for Drake. And a Herald for Drake, even if this is 7.8, but it's still a really good buff on Lee Sin. And yeah, Cloud Drake is not so good. I mean, I think it's even bad for G2 to take this Drake, because then a second Infernal may come where a Mountain Drake or a more valuable Drake than, and they can control. Infernal Drake comes statistically, and now SKT can go for this double Drake buff, and this is really strong. Most teams underestimate Drake's power, and I think they are going to get it later. Yeah, of course, you can argue that they G2 also wants the Infernal Drake, so reset the Drake, get the good Drake. But problem is, Casio way back into the game is with objectives. Remember, Casio is the almost for sure the best pick, the best champion for uh, killing and getting these Drakes, Baron and Ancient Drake. Okay, here we have a team fight. Syra should all uh, yeah, way before, and do not exhaust Missy. Some mistakes here. So yeah, some really mistakes of position from SKT. So Huni goes down, they take red. And I say mistakes of position because Faker was top lane, power farming, getting into late with this Casio, and they shouldn't contest this red buff. There is no way. There is the five of G2 against 4. So like you see many mistakes from G2. From SKT, I mean, and yeah, of course, also some from G2, but these were more expected from this team. See the items, the Casio into full scaling against a early item Jace, early champion, I mean, an early item. So the difference in late game is really brutal between Casio and Jace. There's also something worth noticing that Peanut and Faker are almost fighting for the farm. Peanut is smiting the crack that the golem that Faker was doing. Like I don't know, because he was already way ahead, Ivern. So I don't know why he's doing this, and he should let Faker all the farm. But anyway, this is kind of difficult to know how they are feeling, because maybe they are a little bit mad with Faker giving up for 3 kills so easy. And you can see they are talking something about this. It's almost like, and here no, they don't pick perks, because again Ashe Arrows is not on CD. It's again worth notice that minute 20, not a single Ashe yeah, one Ashe ulti to kill Rumble. Not quite a lot. I mean, he had more he had the arrow way more times to use it. But it's still okay, because SKT now are playing for late game. They are waiting for Faker to get more or less 2 items, a little bit more, and to start going for Infernal Drake, double buff, Nashor, and then Ancient Drake, Elder Drake, how you want to call it. So see how the Faker is closing the gap between the farm. Really important. The farming, and also Huni with more farm than expect with a Galio. It's kind of incredible. So this is why the gold is almost not it's not very notable between each team. only like 2.5 k gold. Okay, G2 finally decide they they want to get vision control around Baron. Okay, so they are trying to do this. Put perks against Faker, so he matches his push power. Rumble against Thunder Lane, he goes bot with teleport against Huni. Okay. The problem is they don't have peak power, so they cannot pick anyone in bot lane, but they want to push. Just to push. They also want to go to late game. Caitlyn is sitting with Infinity Edge and Runans, so she's quite powerful now, but she really starts to bright with 3 items, and from that she's just a monster. 3, 4 items, 5 items. So they are, I guess they are quite okay with scaling, also with the Ivern. And Jay's smart build. He's building for helping Caitlyn with this Black Cleaver. I mean, I have to praise G2 for this 20-minute game, because it was really quite good in this first game. Faker putting like half of the tower damage, and I mean perks in just a second. But here we have the peak potential. Lee Sin, Thyra, doing plays, and Ashe ult. I mean, it's almost nothing you can do against this. And the important part, why they are successful here? Because they don't have Tahm Kench. Tahm Kench go bad without his team, and Tahm Kench should always follow her AD carry. His AD carry in this case, of course. And Sven dies. This is really big, because now they also kill Daisy, another big thing. So now they are going to strike really hard at this tower. And here is what SKT does really well. Some teams will just focus on the tower and will say, let's try to get the tower. No, you give priority to Drake, because he's a secure Drake. Is more important than mid tower, because you have double buff. So it's amazing that they really go so fast. See, 0-4. Just the Drake is going to spawn and go for it. Take blue buff. So I mean, this is the mid lane from the mid game from SKT, and it's really quite good. Huni here, I think, yeah, he dies. He does a mistake. He dies. Well, I was praising SKT, and they die. But okay, a lot of things going in this 24 minutes. Okay, like Huni, a total mistake. Okay, yeah, he burns. I think he burns. Well, he burns one flash from one flash, so a total mistake. He burns Tahm Kench ult, but if he was just a little bit more close to the tower, he would have lived, burn this, and allow his team without him dying, and he could use ult into the mid lane. And here, yeah, we have they pick Wolf. The problem is Jace uses his gap closer, his flash, and now Bang knows he can flash into it. Faker goes again into them. They have and they just have a better team fight at this moment, because G2 really needs Sven, and Sven without heal, he is like separate from the team fight. So this is we are going to see it now a little bit slow, because this is incredible play from SKT. Here the mechanics. You can argue that also a little bit of luck. but this is really really big. Sven almost did nothing in all this team fight. They even didn't have to use the Ashe ult, because I mean Sven cannot steal Baron against a smite from Peanut. No chance. So here's the replay. We are going to see it. This is really important, guys. Really slow, because okay, Wolf misses. His exhaust Jace. It's important, okay, to notice how, yeah, they say Wolf is MVP. Yeah, he did good, but here he misplayed really badly. He used exhaust without doing almost anything, because Jace killed him anyway, and then they don't have exhaust when he's trying to kill these carries. So a bad use of exhaust, failed his ability. The only good thing he did is to bite the team. But here, Bang and Faker, they go with two offensive flash. Really good miasma, poison from Faker, exhaust on Faker. The ult was not great, but anyway, they were dead. Like Casio DPS, its damage per second is much higher than Caitlyn at this moment, and Jace, especially when he just used his combo onto Syra. So here they just follow, but Fervor of Battle stack 8 times, really strong Ashe kiting. Faker moves into ice in the hole. Caitlyn. Yeah, and just everything really really good from SKT side. I mean almost everything, and just bad position, bad calls. And if you tell me who to blame in this kind of situation, well, you start from Perks. He's way in a bad position. He's way overextended when he knows Missy and Expect are taking down Huni with Missy ulti, so he cannot come back. But also, it's a mistake again from Missy. And why these kind of mistakes happen? Because if you don't understand that these two guys need to be all the time together, first one dies, then the other one spawns, but he's not with him. Okay, remember, Sven died. He was not with Missy. So then when he respawns, it's later, and Missy, of course, he's trying to do other things. So he cannot catch up. It's not easy to catch up with your support. Okay? And they are not together, and Sven is out of position for all this fight, and he and Jace are the main carries with Rumble, and of course Rumble was also out of position, and he uses his main ability Equalizer on Huni. So now the gold is swinging back, and now the game is totally for SKT. Double Infernal Drake. This is huge. 3k gold. This is not so important, but this is huge. And of course, Baron buff. They are going to do now. They are going to get this tower. They are going to make a power play. Yeah, Expect is doing here is pressuring the lane. They are trying just to hold. I think here they hold quite good. Also, SKT doesn't punish them a lot, but they are taking the jungler camps. Well, they try. They put Faker on top lane, so they are always trying to search for picks. This is why they put Faker on top side, because they could just perfectly well go 4-1, go 4-1. But of course, the one that needs to be here is Huni. Okay, Huni goes on top lane, uses his ult, and Faker goes mid lane, uses Miasma to zone control and take the tower. But he just got enough items for gold for one item. I think he was waiting for this, and this is why he backs. I mean, SKT are taking this slowly because they know they have the late game for sure with this double Infernal plus the team composition. And now, see what I told you. They are doing the correct thing, going for his Faker. Huni is going. Okay, yeah, they are going to put Huni on bot line, on both sides. Okay, because it's most important to get this inhibitor priority 1. Okay, but anyway, G2 knows that Baron buff is almost over, and they go for a push. Here, bad arrow. I mean, this is kind of absurd to throw an arrow. So, because if it's the thing here, if the arrow hits Jace, Caitlyn, or Ivern, Tahm Kench will devour them. Will eat them. If hits Tahm Kench, he's too tanky for and for how they are positioned SKT Telecom to burst him. So no point of throwing the arrow there. Also, Peanut and Huni are not in position. Well, especially Peanut is not in position to make a play here, to engage. But here, no, they are not going to get anything. Okay, no. I thought they were going to get anything, but no. It's flash for flash. I still think this is not a good play because Huni's flash is more important than expect for engaging. But anyway, still like I said, the important part is they pressure really a lot. G2, they take their jungler, and important part the blue buff for Casio. So she's having like double blue buff almost all the time if they are playing like this, and this is huge for Casio. And yeah, they can wait for clean up the Drake, then for Elder, and for next Baron. Bank is sitting on the Corey items. He has Infinity Edge. Sven goes for armor penetration. Okay, this is acceptable because they have Huni with a lot of armor. Even Ashe and Lee Sin have some armor. And they are just playing now. SKT are just playing the pressure map. They try to pressure, don't let them vision, and then of course try a pick with Ashe, Lee Sin, or Syra, and they will get. We will see how they will get for sure, because it's really difficult. They only have Tahm Kench to protect them from getting a pick. All the others can fall. And what I told you, they get Drake, third Drake. So now G2 doesn't even have any Drake. They missed all the abilities here. But I mean, they still try. Here they should just retreat because they missed the two key abilities, Ash Arrow and Cyber Ultimate. So yeah, they just retreat. The good thing is and here's the question: why G2 cannot punish them if they have used these two important abilities? Well, here you have your answer. The CD will come back for Baron, so there is no point. And they have the wave are pressured. They are pressuring the wave, so they cannot capitalize on SKT missing some K abilities, because they are going to have them for Baron. This is the important thing. Statistically, second Baron wins the game, and this is what they are going to get here. Well, Peanut tries to here is almost impossible to get an insect on Caitlyn because she has Tam Kench near. Trick managed to get this red for Caitlyn. She should get this red. But again, like I told you, Faker getting double blue buff. This is huge. Look the minion, the CS difference. And worth notice that some of these difference are because Faker is getting like of course blue buff. So this is one minion but equals 80 gold or more. So he's getting more gold out of the farming that Jace is getting, and of course scales a lot better. So here are the troubles for SKT, for G2. Sorry. This point G2 just trying to pressure again the waves, and they should set up Baron Vision. The fight for Vision is now the most important thing here. Rumble pushed the wave, he's coming here, and this is when G2 I think here is when they are going to call the Baron. Even with the 5 members of SKT alive, with Huni with TP, why they are going to do this? Because they have quite a good amount of damage, okay, into the Baron, because Rumble, Jace, Caitlyn, okay, they can all damage Baron without the 50% or less damage from the buff, okay. And they know SKT does the Baron insanely fast. Not just insanely fast. They can do Baron with just Lee Sin and Cassio. With just 2 members, they can do Baron. So this is really problematic for G2. And they don't want to go more for late game. They want to try to close this up. You can argue, is it the right decision? Well, it's very difficult to say, because late game G2 has some tools. I mean, in reality they have quite some good tools, but well, let's see how they set up this, because they have a good show control with Caitlyn traps. Caitlyn red side is really good into trying to deny Baron, and Rumble equalizer. So, and of course some poke from Jace. Not really hard, but because Jace was nerfed, not an S tier champion right now on 7.8. So here, when they see Huni, well, I don't think they saw that, but like they think that he's pushing the wave, they go for the Baron, and this is really important. Okay, so slow mode. Really important thing to notice: Caitlyn didn't use well the traps, I think. Yeah, look. I mean, it's no traps. No traps from Caitlyn. No traps here, no traps here. she has 5. She should have with level 14 5 points on W, and no traps, no zone control. Yeah, good arrow from. Yeah, here's the thing. G2 got scared because in reality this arrow was not even good. Was not a problematic arrow, but they got scared. The arrow served for stopping the Baron at 50, yeah, something like this. 50 well, 50%. Okay. Galio ultis Peanut into the engage. Peanut is also quite off tank, so, and yeah, here is the really nice equalizer into Huni into Casio ult. So it's just the combo. What did G2 did wrong? Just be really near for them to. I mean, they just stuck all in one place, and this is horrible for AOE compositions like this. So this is why all these members do wrong. From still, but there are mistakes again. Not a good Ashe ult from Ashe. She could ult Perse here. He's not going to do it, and he will surely get these two almost 3 kills. But of course, they even exhaust him. But that's not don't do anything. Just buy time. And here, oh, I see. Caitlyn uses her traps here. Bad use of the traps. Not a good optimal use of them. And Bank could have lived if he just walks away, let Wolf die. But anyway, they clean up this fight. Faker could clean up early, but he tries to help Bank. I mean, several mistakes, and a lot more that I could go. Mechanical mistakes, a lot of more stuff. But it doesn't matter, because the important thing is that they land the key spells in the right time, and that G2 allows them to land these spells by being stuck up together. So now there is a free Baron for them. The same situation. Now it's just perks instead of Sven. He cannot stop the Baron, and yeah, it's going to put this a little bit. He goes for 1 tower. Okay, this is okay. The maximum he can do. And like I told you, SKT know that they had the second Baron, so now Elder is up in, I think, in almost 1 minute and 20 seconds, yeah, and they can pick this Elder, and they can do whatever they want. They go. Another mistake of Huni. This was his second mistake of overextending. Second one of the game. This is here he just gives I think a free kill. He shouldn't be here for no reason at all. Second, oh no, I mean, I don't know what number of this arrow is this one. Just for 1 second, I will. So basically, losing the arrow. It's true that she has now a fairly low CD on this ulti, but still. they could close this game faster if she had this ult. So here we see the replay again, but anyway. Also worth noticing that I didn't set the last thing, the peanut kick R into Sven, so also was quite good. Another AoE ability that does a quite fair amount of damage, so important part. Another double buff for Faker. And now, Faker will do just the earlier Drake. It's basically nothing that G2 can do now. I'm just going to review this part faster because the game is already almost done. There's no point. They can just pressure while Faker does Elder Drake. And I think that Perks here is calling this out, saying he's doing Elder Drake because Perks plays Casio and he knows. Yes, he knows. He's telling, but nothing they can do. And now with Erdl Drake, they and still for 40 seconds on Baron, they can open the base without a problem. Remember, 2 Infernal Drakes. With Elder Drake, it's like they have 3 Infernal Drakes. I mean, it's just insane scaling from Casio, Ashe, and even Lee Sin, yeah, and even a little bit Syra. So really nice boost. So here, I mean, they can even open in 2 sides the map. I think they are not going even to use this these inhibitors, these super minions, I think, because they can just open with the Elder Drake buff the base. As soon as they start G2 starts fighting them, they will die for sure almost. Even Caitlyn putting the traps cannot do a lot because they can step up on these traps. Faker here does a little bit of mistake. This is really greedy from him, because Huni should step on these traps and try to get the base. But anyway, he's getting it from the other side, so it doesn't matter. But another another Ashe ult. I mean, this is why when people say that Ashe is the best champion, or some people say Ashe is the best AD carry, I say, well, if you're missing almost all your ults, I really, it's not the best AD carry. It's just missing after missing after missing, and there is no way, there is no point on doing this. You can just walk here, walk straight to the champion and throw the arrow in their face. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's going to be less time of stun. But so what? If they don't have Ivern there, he's not going to use cleans, and he's going to die with the Elder buff and the damage SKT has. So you don't need to try to go for the play throwing the arrow from here, so it will hit Rumble. Many players do this, and this is why they lose. I mean, they miss a lot of Ashe ultimates, and it's quite, of course, it's quite wrong. It's not how you play the champion in competitive. Not how you should play the champion. But anyway, the other thing Ashe has good, I mean, quite good, quite decent, is his Q ability. Here he starts into, he can start And again, with Elder, nothing they can do. I still just want to go to the last second just to, yeah. Here G2 tries a desperate engage using equalizer, Ashes without mana, but still, without attacks, without mana, she can still put damage thanks to the buff that is ticking. And Galio ultis. Now this is just like a desperate thing, but nothing to do. Faker here flashes, kills. Nah, no way. This ace, they ace them without. Look, they just kill 5 of them, and almost nobody. Not almost nobody near to go down. Just maybe Syra, but maybe Syra and Lee. The other ones untouched, without mana. This is the power of using the drakes. Okay, and you can argue, okay, yeah, this is a good luck from SKT because they got 2 infernal drakes. Yes, but if they got 2 ocean drakes, will still be quite the same with the ticking buff. 2 mountain drakes, really good for Cassian the composition. So 75% of the drakes are really amazing for almost any kind of composition. This is why drakes in 7.8 are much better than Herald, and in some occasions much better than towers to get towers. And of course, Baron is the best buff. So this shows how from 0 for 0 you can end up like this, having a decent KDA and inputting almost for sure one of the most damage in the team fights. Like we show the graphs, one of the most damage in team fights. Soloing, going for a solo Elder Drake, and giving your team much zone control, allowing the plays. And yes, this is a lot on Faker, but the important part is a lot on the pick. Okay, this is why even though I agree with G2 draft, the thing they like almost they did a lot of wrong thing, a lot of mistakes through all the game, almost more or less on of course in mid late game, but they focus so hard on a pick that still is a beast on late game, instead of helping Caitlyn on bot lane. And this is the problem. Of course, they didn't have buffs for Caitlyn, so and this was again, remember guys, their mistake. They ban Lulu, they ban Karma, they ban these champions that give steroids to Caitlyn. They did it, or to Kog'Maw, because Sven can play really good Kog'Maw, and Caitlyn was the best pick for him, and they did ban both. So this is a bad thing. They could just ban Karma if they really wanted to go Rumble, because Karma is a good counter against Rumble. Okay, for the team, for the ultimate, for getting out with the speed, and for the shielding the equalizer. But they could ban Karma and leave Lulu open. If SKT didn't ban, because you have to remember SKT has the first ban, so they have also the last. Red side has the last ban. This is important. Okay, so if you are going to go hyper carry composition on red side, because you have the Ivern available, try to get one of these picks. If not, Tamkens is okay. Yeah, Tamkens is okay, but you need to use them. You need to use it with his AD carry. You need to pick Caitlyn, snowball Caitlyn. Look, let's see if I. Well, you don't see it here. Let's see. Caitlyn is 1-3-1 the whole game. 1-3-1 Caitlyn. He has 2 kill participation. I mean, I'm really bad at math, but this is like something between 20 and 25% of kill participation. Jace has almost 100%. Jace has like 90%. Rumble also low, but well, he was more like in the top lane, trying to pressure. Also, Trick did quite okay on kill participation. And again, the important thing I am saying, Tamkench kill participation double from Caitlyn, because Mithy was doing plays with other champions and leaving his AD carry. Whose the fault is this? Well, team fault. Both. I don't know how they set up these kind of things. The shot caller, who is trying to shot call this kind of thing. Maybe it's Mithy. Maybe they are trying with helping him. Maybe it's expect, like we saw on some videos, some footage. We don't know, but it's a team problem. Team problem, trying to play the composition. And SKT, of course, did it a lot of better mid game and late game. Last thing I want to notice, some people say, okay, Peanut carry really hard this game. Yeah, of course, he has amazing stats. Okay, this is 100 kill participation. Here you see the man, 100 kill participation. Peanut, perfect KDA, perfectly seen. Yeah, but wait. We still don't know what happened on early game. We still don't know what happened with both synergy here. Okay, and it's really important to understand this, because some say, okay, Faker is just full tilting, full feeding. No. Here and there in the first death, it was clear that he was trying to do something with Peanut. Also, Peanut didn't gank in the first 10 minutes with a Lee Sin. He didn't go for a single gank first 10 minutes. So this is important to understand. Is part of the strategy? Is the player having some errors, some mistakes there that affect mid lane also? Anyway, a lot of questions, and again, League of Legends is really complex game, and it's really difficult to know what are really the strategy for the teams and how they execute them. But we know for sure that Koma and Faker said in the interview at the last that they were having some issues, and they were not really satisfied with their performance in this final. So anyway, this is all. I hope you liked it, guys, and we'll see you around.